First award is the Most Improved Player Award. The top 3 nominees from the votes you had on the big screen. Top 3 nominees for Most Improved: Charlie Effinger, Dean Holland and Sam Zajac. They are your nominees, and the player you voted as Most Improved for the 2010-11 season was Charlie Effinger. Charlie Effinger. The second award, as voted by the supporters, is for your Best British Player. Your top 3 nominees for Best British Player were Dean Holland, Jamie Tinsley and Sam Zajac. And the player you voted as Best British Player, he's going to get you, Sam Zajac. The top 3 in the Best Overseas category were Charlie Effinger, Mike Perpich and Yaroslav Razutko. Yaroslav Razutko!
Thank you very much. It's a big surprise for me, and sorry that I'm not here, but I have to go to Poland on Polish Organization Camp. And thank you all fans for voting on me, and thank you. But it was a good season, I think, for our team, for our relationship. Thank you, Danny Stewart, for all work with me. It was, I think that now I'm a better player than a few months ago. I would like to say a big thank you for all staff here and all people who I met there here. And thank you.
So your Best Defence nominees: John Schwartz, Kyle Sibley and Sam Zajac. And the player you voted as Best Defensive Player for 2010-11 was John Schwartz. And the next category is for the Best Forward of the Year. The top 3 were Thomas Hartmanis, Mike Perpich and Yaroslav Razutko. It was Yaroslav Razutko. In the Most Valuable Player category, Charlie Effinger, Yaroslav Razutko and Danny Stewart. And the player you voted as Most Valuable for your Newcastle Vipers, player coach Danny Stewart. You did say a few words on Saturday after the game. 2 or 3 days further down the line, how's your emotions going?
Still a bit of mixed emotions. Obviously, the end of the season is always something you don't look forward to because the paychecks stop coming in. And no, it was a good year. You know what I mean? We, like we've always been public about. We've had a tight group of guys, and it was tough for the most part. We had fun, but you know what? We battled through. And as much as it's tough ending the season, I think I speak for the rest of the guys that there's a bit of a relief that it is finally over. I think it was after 3 months of playing with 10 or 11 skaters, it was starting to take its toll. And we to stay relatively healthy. You know, the only exception, obviously, John Schwartz with questionable hand injury. And no, but it was a great year, and like I've always said, I couldn't thank, you know, the people here tonight. Obviously, have been unbelievable, and there's always people saying, well, you know, there's always the question, should there be a team in Newcastle? And I don't think there's a core of fans that deserves a team more than the core of the fans that we have here. So I just wanted to thank all you guys for your support all season. Performance is huge. Somebody that, you know, stood above the rest on the ice, but also somebody that was good in the locker room, good off the ice, was a good ambassador for the club. So all those attributes were factored in, and the player I chose, no, I didn't choose myself, no, I didn't choose myself, but player that I chose was, you know, a guy that came in and was highly recommended to me by other coaches, and you know, it obviously took a while to adjust, I think, to the Whitley Bay lighting, and no crease or no blue line or anything like that. So, but no, it's as short bench as we were. At the end of the day, we had a guy back there that was willing to stop pucks for us every night, and he's seen a lot of pucks. I don't think he'll ever see that many again. But obviously, my player of the year is Charlie Effinger.
Obviously, it's been a tough. Again, obviously, it's been a bit of a struggle down the stretch here for both the team and the fans. But I think the organization as a whole has stuck together really well, and it started with the culture created by Jamie and Danny here, and it just kept such a close group, both within the locker room and with our fan base. And I think that everyone in this room, everyone that's here tonight has kind of stuck together through all the hardships that we've endured, and I think the team did a nice job, you know, embracing the challenges, and I think our fans, you know, were really supportive, and part of the fans supporting us really helped us carry that passion that you guys bring to the rink every night onto the ice. So the credit for this season really stays in this room here with this group of people, and it was a pleasure for me I know I speak for the players too, and I tell you know, we really had a great time, and just appreciate all the support, and hopefully, you know, as that banner said in Dundee, we'll meet again. All right, thanks again.
Your player's player, we just heard from him, Charlie Effinger. Obviously, we've heard from Coach Danny Stewart. Danny and a couple of the players have made reference. Somebody else who's been a big part of keeping the club going through till the end of the season. I'll get his perspective. The general manager of the Newcastle Vipers, Jamie Longmire.
I'll keep this short, just on my height. It's been an eventful season, to say the least. Obviously, it's a lot of lows, but there's been some truly amazing highs this season. Some of my favourites, I'm sure a lot of the fans will hopefully agree with, but certainly the win in Belfast for the qualification for the semi-final of the Challenge Cup. Don't think anyone expected that win. Alison basically had me on the phone for 3 hours that night, so it was the longest drive of my life. The Bash at the Bay win over Nottingham, the home win over Nottingham in the Challenge Cup, obviously, the home and away wins over Coventry, and the pink in the rink night over Dundee as well. Tonight brings to an end the 2010-11 season, and tonight's a celebration of that. There's obviously going to be a lot of discussion regarding the future of the club beyond this season, but that's for another time. Tonight's about tonight and you guys and these magnificent players that we've got here with us. The fact that we're even sitting here tonight enjoying each other's company is to me perhaps the best achievement this club has ever done. You know, back in November I genuinely did not think we would see out the season, but we did it, and to me that is testament to the group of people that we've got here in this room tonight, for the players and the supporters and the volunteers that give so much. It's been a truly humbling experience to be part of that. I don't want to take this on too long, but I want to say a special thanks to a few special people. First and foremost is the supporters. You know, without supporters, a club is nothing, and I think our supporters showed that when times were the toughest, you really came through, and on behalf of all the players and everyone, I'd just like to thank you guys. It's massively appreciated. The players have been singing these guys' praises for months now. I don't know what other words I can use to describe these guys, from dedication, committed, work ethic, passion. I just could not ask any more, and I know Danny feels the same. This is without question the best group of players I've ever worked with, and that includes teams that won Grand Slams and all sorts. These guys, you know, were faced with a huge challenge that a lot of them could have walked away from, and they never did that, and they stuck around, and I just want to thank you guys for everything. That leads us on to our coach this year, Danny Stewart. Danny was the guy that we wanted all along for the first meeting back at the playoff weekend last year. He's been everything I could have hoped for, and a hell of a lot more. He's lived and breathed this club every day despite his Coventry roots, and he's a player who I genuinely believe has a massive future. You know, wherever he goes from here, hopefully he stays here a little longer, but he's rightly been shortlisted as one of the finalists for Coach of the Year. Hopefully he can go on and win that, but I don't think there's a lot of coaches could have done the job that Danny did this year, but I know he could do any other job in this league. But it's a massive thank you to him for keeping this together. We've been so fortunate to have so many volunteers that help the club, and I wrote a list out today. It's like 50 people, so I'm not going to name names. It would just be, and I know I'll forget somebody, and somebody will be upset with me, so I'm not going to name names, but everybody knows who they are. For the merchandise girls, the 50-50 sellers, the girls in the box office, the entertainment staff, you know, everyone played a massive part. But there's a few special people I do want to mention, and I think the work that these people have put in has been a massive support mechanism for me, and it's helped me when I really believed that, you know, we were on our knees in a lot of ways. First, I'm going to ask the two guys to come up together. I think Liam's going to help me here. So, the first two guys I want to thank have done a huge amount of work behind the scenes, certainly with me in terms of the PR, the media, a lot of stuff, just even being able to talk to them about things and the things that they did for us. And, you know, they don't get enough credit, but I'd like to thank Craig Simpson and Gareth Chalmers. Another two guys who a thankless job for the team, you know, from setting up apartments in the summer to, we'll be doing it again at the end of the season. I don't know if we're happy with that, but doing stuff with equipment, washing guys' underwear and stuff, it's not a pleasant job, I can tell you. But I'd like to say a massive thank you to Nick Mooney and Rhys Dees. Don't worry, we're nearly at the end here. The certain woman who does so much for the club, and she's been with me for the beginning, and she does so much. She literally lives and breathes the club. This woman, I cannot tell you that in game days is in cleaning the lounge, cleaning toilets, hoovering, dusting. You would not believe, and she does it with a smile on her face, and that's Sarah Butler. And the boots, I don't know if you've seen Power Play, get a special mention. And finally, it's another woman I'd like to mention who has done so much for the club this year, and I genuinely can't tell you how much. Without her, I don't think we'd have made it. She did raffles at away games, she organised tonight, she organised Halloween parties, she pretty much did anything, and that is Alison Charlotte. I think, guys, that's it from me. I'd just like to say a massive thank you for attending tonight, not just tonight, everything you did this season. It's been, like I say, truly humbling. Everything you've done for us, we massively appreciate it. We'll do what we can to keep professional ice hockey in the North East, but thank you very much for everyone.
If we can have Coach Stuart back as well, please. While they're carrying out the voting for the Players of the Year, we're also sort of conniving behind people's backs, trying to collect somebody in it. Just a little token to these two guys. It's in liquid form, I'm sure you'll appreciate. But Alison would like to make a little presentation to Danny and to Jamie. Again, just a little token from the fans, thank you for sticking with us and see things through to the end.
I just wanted to say a couple more things. Obviously, I'm not as organized as Jamie. Pulls out a speech, and I just kind of wing things, and sometimes I tend to forget people and stuff, but obviously, you know, everybody that volunteered this year, it's unbelievable. I've never seen anything like it in my, you know, I don't know, 8 years, I think, 8-year career now. But I've never seen anything like it. I've never seen people just work for the pure love of the game, you know, really not getting any benefits from it. And I can't say enough. Obviously, Jamie has been unbelievable to work for this year. It's, you know, when we were in November and ownership pulled a U-turn on us, it was, I was already looking to see what else was out there and what I was going to do, because I really didn't expect it to last, and especially since he's been through it before with people kind of leaving everything on his plate and having to deal with it. And I know he's taken some criticism over the years, but there's nobody that's worked harder for this organization, and I truly believe that the only reason that we're here today is due to Jamie Longmire. And Obviously with the support of the fans, obviously with the support of the volunteers, but if he would have decided to pack it in one day, I don't think this team would be here. So I can't say enough about Jamie Longner. Obviously, if everyone's gotten to know me by now, I don't like to single people because I always worry that I'm going to forget a person here, a person there. So I just generally really would love to thank everybody, from the fans to the volunteers, especially that, you know, people that came out of just goodwill with absolutely nothing to benefit from it, just to support the team. Thank you very much. The players, unbelievable. Like everyone's aware, these guys had every reason to walk, every reason to find something better, and they stuck around, they gutted it out, and we played. I don't know how we did it. We pulled off some wins and we stayed in games which we had no business being in. But you know what? For all the downs we had this year, again, the highs were that much greater than anything I've experienced. I think some of the wins this year were right up there with some championship wins that I've had in the past, and just amazing. So I just think everybody involved in the Vipers just owes, I don't know, I'm lost for words, but it's just been amazing. It's been an amazing run, and I can't thank everybody involved enough, so thank you, and I genuinely mean that.